Welcome back to the Vino Rod. I'm Robert. Well, as you can see over there, the transmission is out of here. It's on the ground. I'm going to send it out to get rebuilt. But let me grab you and we'll get underneath and take a look underneath. All right, well, as you can see, got the tranny pulled. And this was an issue here. I had to take these apart to get the transmission to drop. So I need to work on figuring out what I'm going to do so I can have those so I don't have to remove them when I need to pull the transmission, because you know what that means. It means, you know, bleeding the brakes again, which is not too terrifically difficult, but it'd be nice if I didn't have to deal with that. All right, so. All right, well, we got a Turbo 350, and I'll get you guys over here closer to take a look at my homemade shifter and shifter linkage. All right. So this was just a piece of flat bar that I ended up cutting and turning that piece into the little shifter arm there. And then this was bought out of a Speedway, this little Heims, I guess. And then this was just a piece of coal roll, I think probably 1/4 inch maybe. So I put these 1/4-20 threads on here. Another Speedway item. This was another piece of flat bar that I, you know, bent into that position there for my shifter arm there. And then you can see here, we'll just walk this down. So this is a shaft collar. This is a piece of Schedule 40 black iron pipe that I cut down for this piece here. And then this is just a piece of angle iron that I scrounged up. That's the key word, is scrounge. I'm always, when I'm on the job site, I keep extra pieces because I just know I can end up using them again at some point. And along here is a Heims joint that I left that in there on purpose. So if I'm hoping that I can build a gate in my console, and that's why I wanted that swivel portion on that. It's got a 1/2 inch shaft through here. It's got a piece of 3/4 to 1/2 inch brass bushing that's in here. This is, I think, 1032 Allen head that is screwed into the shaft collar, which the shaft collar now is clamped down onto the shaft here that runs through the center here. And then I can't remember how I did it, but I was able to knock part of that sleeve off of this Heims joint, and now this is a socket head, I think a 1/4-20, and I've got it drilled and tapped into that shaft to hold the shifter arm, which, you know, it's in park right now, but, you know, it allows me to, you know, lock it in place. No, I guess I had it in neutral. And then over here, this continues on to a piece of Schedule 40 black iron with a brass bushing inside, and then another shaft collar. And that's how I came up with my, you know, hodgepodge way of building a shifter arm. And then the linkage, all home built. You know, when you start looking in a catalog at different shifters and what they cost, I chose to make my own, which I was successful in doing. And that's kind of maybe my goal in this whole build is not necessarily going out and buying car parts, but making my car parts where I can. So that worked out really well. So I'm going to have this transmission rebuilt. So that'll be one of the things the reason why I finally took it down, because I do need to get it off and have it rebuilt. So I think that's it on the shifter situation. And then, with my console, I'll have a gate built into that thing that hopefully, I can, with modifying the shifter itself, so it will fit inside the gate. So, when you're in park, and then naturally, and then I've got in that console, I've got a neutral safety switch. And then, when you come back, and then maybe that, I don't know if that slipped past neutral or whatever, but reverse, see, I've got this will all be all the way forward when it's in the gate. And then when I pull back, I'll be able to slide this into the gate. And then I'm going to have, in the console area, I'm going to have a spring that's going to hold it into its gate. And then I'll be able to force it past that spring pressure. And then down again to drive. And then I'll be able to ease it over into drive, into that portion of the gate. And then so on. And then, naturally back up. So that's tentatively how I hope that I can make it work. But I had to start with this swivel so I could possibly put a gate in there, because when you buy a low car, a low car is going to have all that stuff built into it. So if you're going to make a homemade one, you got to figure out how to make a gate, how to make a release, how to have a neutral safety switch. Well, I'm going to finish here by taking off the transmission brace, and I will see you guys soon.